Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? Rojo Kovi here, back with another live stream. And today we have a special live stream. We are going to be working on a 24-hour comic page for before the K-Fam Core TMNT Grand Design. I was tasked to do a page. This is my second time doing a page for or with the group. We did TMNT Grand Design issue 0, which came out a couple weeks ago. Well, we finished it like a while ago, but sharing the links real quick. Sorry. But yeah, so we finished TMNT Grand Design issue 0 like a couple weeks ago. I just got my copies. I'm gonna show them off right this second. Let me post this link. All right. Boom. Got a link sent. And all right. Right there. All right. So, like I was saying, I'm going to be working on my TMNT Grand Design page. I pretty much already got most of it done. Like, not done, but like the outline stuff done because I want to get all like the thinking out of the way so I can just chop it up with you guys and also, draw, because thumbnailing and all that stuff just takes a lot of thought. So yeah, so this is the TMNT Grand Design 0, volume 0, issue 0 that we did. Came out really cool. I got my books last week. Yeah, it was super dope, man. It was just like everybody in the group, like the group chat, we're in the K-Fam core group. They were just like, look, we're gonna do a 24-hour comic here, get it done by this day, and then everybody was able to bust it out. And so this is the book right here. It came out super dope with the X-Men, the Wolverine homage cover. Has like a cool like animation cell back cover art, and then yeah, just a lot of great art here from everybody from the group. It came out really, really dope. Just a lot of good artists in here. A lot of hard work and love went into making this book. I really like it. It's super dope. I'm it was just cool to to do something like that and to see so many people like get in that one mind, like what's the word, like in sync brain, and and be able to come up with some great stuff. Like, look at this is amazing. Look at this page right here. This is dope. This page is super sick. I love like just a lot of artwork, man. It's a lot of different styles, a lot of different just everything in here, and it came out awesome. Like, look at all this stuff, and if you read it, it kind of flows and has like its own narrative to it, and so now we're working on the official volume, or issue 1, and yeah, so we got going on today. So it's a lot of good stuff, a lot of good artwork in here. I'll show you guys my page. This is a cool page too. Yeah, look at this one. This is sick right here. Another cool page. Brian Moss, who did this page, he actually has a live stream on. If you go to the K-Fam channel, you can see the him doing that page. It's super cool. I like how he did the zip-a-tone. He left the little deleter thing right there. And then my page. I did like a double page spread, and my idea was just kind of like Michelangelo is going to show off like his brothers and everything through like Polaroid pictures, and you kind of get to meet all the turtles, and then I have a whole full page dedicated to Mikey because he's like my favorite Ninja Turtle. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good artwork in here. There's a cool page at the end also. But yeah, and then I just finished my own fan comic, the Spider-Man Nobody's Safe. It's like an outlaw comic, and I've been working on this the last 2 months or so. And yeah, so I've been knocking this out. I just finished the last 30 pages of it, and then yeah, so that's what I got going on. Make sure you in a second. Give me a second. But yeah, Spider-Man, nobody's safe. Like I said, it's just my Spider-Man story, and I just wanted to just do something different that I haven't done before. Just work on characters that are already kind of established, and I've been selling. I got like half of my stock gone. I got like probably like 10 more copies left. So anybody wants to get a copy, you just click the link in the description. You'll be able to buy yourself a copy of it. It's about 32 pages, the first volume, and then the second the second part is going to be like additional. It's a double page, like a double sized book. So it's like 50 pages, 52 pages all together. And yeah, so I'm only going to print out the first part is print out physically. I don't think I'm going to do a print run of the second or the full collected edition. I might do one for myself or if anybody wants one, but I don't think I'm going to because, I haven't even sold out on these ones, which, I didn't really have that much expectation to sell all of them, but it's just cool to see that I got, 2 comics in print, 2 pages in this book and then a full comic done. So I think it's, especially like the last like 2 months, you know what I'm saying? So it's actually really awesome just to see your artwork printed out and stuff. So, but yeah, let's get to business. So we were tasked again to do Nobody's Safe. I mean, not Nobody's Safe, sorry. Grand Design, TMNT Grand Design Part 2 or Book 1, the official Grand Design. So, so this is the page I am working on. It's a so there's like a like every page is kind of like different varying like time frames of like TMNT and stuff like that, and like the history of TMNT and all that good stuff. So my page is all based off of the TMNT fan comic Odyssey, which I didn't know was a thing, but the person who wrote the book or who got everything together and scripted it is like a huge TMNT fan, knows and just kept up with all like the lore and all that good stuff. So he assigned everybody different like time slots and time frames of Ninja Turtle stuff. And so TMNT Odyssey, which is actually pretty interesting because when I talked to the writer, and he kind of like gave me like some reference videos and stuff to look at, and I got a really good feel and understanding like what the TMNT Odyssey is. It's a fan comic of the Ninja Turtles once they sold their rights to Miracom or Viacom and Nickelodeon. And so this is that the fan comic was essentially like, in total essence, like this isn't like what actually happens in the story, but like in essence is like the closing chapter of like the mirror, not mirror, what's it called? Like the TMNT imprint, like the initial imprint of like TMNT and like the publisher of Mirage Comics and all that stuff. And so like it was supposed to be like the fans like to like that whole entire era, and like kind of closing out the stories of all the stuff that came out during that time up to when Mirage sold to Viacom. And so, but the actual story is pretty much like there's this Shogun character who's going around pretty much destroying all the other universes of TMNT. So like things that happened prior to like, all the different volumes, I guess is how they put it out. I'm not like a super TMNT comic book guy. Like when I started watching and like paying attention to intros, it was like from the movies, like the live action movies and stuff, like the ones that came out like in the 80s with like the Vanilla Ice songs and shit. I remember, my mom showing me those movies, and then everything after that, and like some of the cartoons, but I didn't watch a lot of the cartoons. I really was just like a fan of the movies and stuff. And then I never really got into the comics, and I still haven't really read any of the comics outside of like the first issue, and what's that shit called? The Ronin, the last Ronin or whatever. That one was pretty cool too. And so that was pretty much it. And I haven't really, so I'm not like a super like avid like Ninja Turtles fan like that, like a super fan. But I've should flip my screen over, sorry. But yeah, I mean it's interesting because when I was watching that video, it was like, dude, there's so much like different characters and different people and like that worked on the series and provided so many different things to the lore of like Ninja Turtles that it's like honestly crazy. I mean, but it makes sense. They've been around since the 80s or something like that. So of course there's gonna be so many different characters and things of that nature. And the team that created this book did a good job of like incorporating all the lore and whatever. So it was an interesting video. I liked it. I watched it when I was watching it. I thought it was pretty cool. But so yeah, so here's the Shogun character, who was actually Michelangelo, if you didn't know, or spoilers or whatever you wanted to read it. But I mean, like when I was watching the video about it, it didn't seem like a very crazy comic, but it's like if you're like a super fan of Ninja Turtles, I guess is like cool for you, I guess, whatever. And then so yeah, I'm drawing the Shogun, and he has like this orb that like it was like deleting or erasing all the universes. He was going around with the orb and like killing all of them, like all the other Ninja Turtle universes are erasing them. And then so my concept is pretty much the Shogun, and then these are all like these panels or like screens to the other dimensions. So here I have like I got a bunch of like pictures from like TMNT shows and movies and stuff like that, and I am going to like deep fake them into the page and stuff like that. And I'm gonna try to figure out how to make it an effect to where it looks like it's like this orb is absorbing all these universes and stuff. And if you read the TMNT Odyssey book, they did the same thing in the book. Like they put in like pictures of from like other comics and movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what my concept is for this page. And I think it came out pretty cool. I mean, like I said, I worked pretty much most of it out prior to the live stream, so I have to do too much on live. And if I feel like I think I might color it, we'll see though. I might do just gray tones, but yeah, let's get it going. But yeah, the 24-hour comic concept is cool. I heard about it because Ryan Ollie did one. Ryan Ollie's like one of my favorite comic book artists, and he did one called like Death Worm or some shit. I think I have it. And apparently it was just a 24-hour comic that he did, but he did like a full comic as where this is like a collaboration with like me and all the other creators in the K-Fam core family group. So, and I think it's cool. I think an important aspect of being like an art and like comics is having like a group to like confide in, I guess, or whatever, or like and most like run ideas and stuff off of. Like for me, that's what I like the group because of that. I feel like there's a lot of different people in the group and personalities, and they have their own input on stuff. And so yeah, what's up, Red? But yeah, that is what I got going. So yeah, but yeah, Ninja Turtles is a cool IP, man. It's crazy how like it's still around. It's like literally probably one of the most successful or independent IPs of all time for the comic books. It has to do with it. It's really cool, man. And they've gone through so many phases. So like when I was watching that video, I learned a lot. Like I didn't really know a lot about a lot of that stuff, because I think Ninja Turtles is one of those IPs that's like you either really love it or you're kind of like, oh, that's cool, but it's not my thing. I don't think anybody hates Ninja Turtles. I don't think anybody does. I would be really surprised if I've ever like saw anybody who's like, yeah, I don't really fuck with Ninja Turtles. Like that's, because I mean, there've been like bad movies and stuff, but it's always just one of those IPs. It's like a staple of like American pop culture at this point that they can't really do no wrong, or they can't be terrible for too long. At least that's my opinion. There's like a TMNT. It's been around for so long. There's a TMNT storyline or character, or whatever that's like for everybody at this point. Like, well, another TMNT series that I read was artist as in like comic book artist or like You know, what kind of artists are you talking about? Like, because if you were saying like comic book artists, my top 5 is Daniel Warren Johnson, Ryan Otley, Sam Keith, 3, John Romita Jr. Who should I say? I feel like I always interchange like those ones that I spoke on are probably like those are the ones that I like every time I see their work I really fuck with. I'll say Richard Corbin. He's definitely my top 5, top 10. I just bought that Hellboy collection that they've been putting out with all like the artists and stuff, and I bought the Richard Corbin one. I love Richard Corbin. I fuck with him, man. And I'm glad they're doing the Crooked Man movie, Hellboy movie. It looks pretty cool. You know, it's always jarring to see somebody else take over the mantle of like of a character that's already been played by like, that's already been played by, you know, an iconic actor who like killed the role, like Ron Perlman, who, you know, essentially like killed the Hellboy role. And those Hellboy movies are actually like really, really good. I was actually rewatching Hellboy today. Probably rewatch it, finish it later. I'll probably get off stream or something like that, or before I go to bed. But yeah. The only thing, it's funny because the makeup is so out of date though. Like Ron Perlman's freaking like the mask they gave him looks horrible now. Like I mean, back then I remember, you know, when the movie came out, it looked really good. But like watching it today, I was like, Jesus, man, this shit did not held up. But and I think Dan Arbor didn't look too bad as Hellboy. This other guy, he looks a little like his nose is, you know, throws me off a little bit. But outside of that, I mean, he doesn't look like horrible. Like I feel like people are just so used to seeing certain people play roles that it like bothers them for somebody else to take over. But I like the storyline, so I'm kind of glad. Like in the last Hellboy movie, they did like it was probably the most comic book Hellboy adaptation so far as live action with the Dan Arbor fucking Hellboy movie where they did like the Hellboy Mexico, and then they did a bunch of other timelines of storylines and stuff. So I thought it was pretty cool. Why is it? Damn. Turn back a little bit so I can see a little better. But yeah. Boy. Never go wrong. Oh, well, imagine. Yeah. But yeah. So I think it's a cool concept though, that fan comic. I mean, there's been a bunch of TMNT fan comics apparently that's like people publish, and you know they use like their canon of like whatever storyline, which I think that's like the cool thing about like comic books, and people should like do more is like doing like fan comics. I think it's really cool, you know, because there's been a lot of fan comics that like go viral and stuff like that. Like, and I mean in Japan there's the Da Vinci that are like they have like a whole festival out there that is pretty much essentially like it's not just fan manga or fan comics, but like a lot of people like that type of stuff out there. And but a lot of fan like they had to do like video games and comics, and you know the most popular convention out there is the Comic Cat, which apparently gets like a lot more people attendees than like San Diego Comic Con. You know, so one day I would love to go out there. I think that'd be really cool to see all the Donchi and stuff like that. All like the fan shit. I feel like people should do like a lot more fan comics and stuff. Like there's a Pokemon fan comic that's on I forgot what website it is, but it's like a fan manga, and like it's like super viral because it's like a super like serious take on Pokemon, but it's not like a grungy or I mean I haven't read a lot of it. I've seen like a couple videos about it, and I looked at the first chapter. The artwork's really good, and it's like a really serious take on Pokemon, and it was like pretty viral. Daniel Johnson has what's it called? His little mini comic for Luke Skywalker. That one's, you know, pretty infamous. It's pretty expensive if you go on eBay, but if you just catch him at a show, he gives them out for free. Like he takes like donations for the books because he has that one. He has a couple of other ones like he's like a bunch of Star Wars ones and shit and like wrestling stuff. they're really cool, really raw. Like Daniel Johnson's sick. So, but yeah, I think fan comics is an art in itself, because it's like, you know, to an extent, you know, to make it a real fan comic, you have to do like some sort of research on the character, unless you're just trying to like, unless you're doing like a what's the word, like a really like off take of the character. The only thing that's like the same is costumes, or maybe in like some sort of concepts, but like they're just doing some whole other shit. Like I have shit here I've been following, Death of the Power, which is like a Superman fan comic. It's like super like what's the word I'm looking for? It's not dirty, but I mean, I guess it's kind of reverse reiteration of the Death of Superman. And the guy Kirk Busiek, I mean, he went viral because of cartoonist kayfabe, and then he's been doing the books ever since. And he's about to do another Kickstarter and continue from there. I don't know how many. This shit's not going in my bookshelf. I don't know how many volumes he's planning on doing. I guess until he doesn't want to do it anymore. But yeah, I think fan comics are cool, man. I mean, I did one myself, so you know, the only thing annoys how people are like, oh, you're gonna get sued and stuff. Like, bro, I'm not gonna get sued. What the fuck? Marvel does not give a shit if you're making fucking $100 off of a comic book. Like, they only care when you start making big bucks. Like, I don't know. People are just so weird. Like, that was like the most common thing I got when I would post like the links to like my website on on like stupid ass Facebook and Reddit and stuff. I'm like, bro, like, just fucking read it or don't read it. Like, I don't know why. Like, you think you're like telling me some new information? Like, I don't know. The motherfucker, I know. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm like, if I cared, I would have fucking not made the comic, right? But I don't know. All I wanna do. But yeah, so yeah, this comic. I mean, I've seen in the group some of the pages from the other artists that are working on it, on this grand design, and some good stuff, man. In that group that people have been sharing so far. Really excited to see how this comes out, and I'm excited to just have another book under, you know, another book printed. You know, it's pretty cool. And I finally finished Nobody's Safe, which is like, I'm super glad I finished it. I feel like once I get to like the last like 10 pages of my comics, it's always like the hardest pages to finish, because you're just like, oh man, let's make this shit over with. I don't feel like working on this shit. But then like, you know, you don't want to do like a bad job. But sometimes I feel like, oh man, I just want to get this shit over with. And it's not like I have any like deadlines. They're all just personal deadlines, but I just want to get this shit over with. So, and I would just like, back in the day, I would do little shortcuts and shit. But now I kind of like, just like fucking, let me just knock this shit out. But yeah, and at this point, oh, you good, Red? Did you catch what my favorite artist was? I you can go back and rewatch it, but tell me who your favorite comic artists are. But like I was saying, yeah, I always like, when it gets to those last like few pages of my freaking comics, I'm always like, bro, I just want to freaking finish this shit. I don't even want to draw this shit no more. And then I always take like so like now, since I'm finished with it, I'm gonna take like a month off to kind of work, because I already got my next story pretty much planned. I just want to what's it called? They say like a break, do some studying for like anatomy stuff and things like that, and then get back into it. And this next comic I'm gonna do is going to be all traditional, because I've been working straight digital the last like 3-4 years. And I've been getting back into like doing traditional. Like after I went to Heroes Con and seeing all the people's original artwork and stuff, I was like, man, I want to do traditional work and just see how it looks when I have pages and just shit like that. I feel like it would benefit me a lot in my digital work. I mean, I really mainly work digital for convenience and time stuff, like with like work and family. It's a lot easier just to like lug a iPad around, and draw on like lunch breaks and shit like that, in comparison to like having Bristol boards and shit. So, and I really like working digital. It's easy, like not easy, but it's just real convenient, really, really convenient. But now since I kind of have some more time, or like I'll be able to manage my time, I'm gonna do traditional. So I bought like a Winsor Newton pen, a brush, and I have like a bunch of brushes that I've and pens that I've had before, and I'm gonna just go for it, man. Really just go for it. And so I already got my comic concept pretty much down, and then I'm gonna just spend like this next month like practicing with like the brush and all that stuff, and then pretty much just go from there. And then I'm sure that this next project will take me to the end of the year, and then yeah, I am drawing a page from the TMNT Grand Design book that me and the K Fam group are working on. So we are doing this book in 24 hours, 24 pages in 24 hours. Everybody's doing a different page. There's a bunch of artists that are working on it, and I'm just drawing my page. It is the Shogun from TMNT Odyssey. That's who I'm drawing right now. But yeah, and drawing traditional has been really honestly kind of fun, man. Getting back into doing it, and it wasn't really hard to like once I figured out, okay, I like this tool, I like this tool, I don't like this tool. I think it's coming along, and that's the only thing that's kind of annoying is like trying to figure out which tools you want to use. And I went through the same process with the iPad. Like I have if you look at my brushes, I have a freaking ton of brushes, and it's just so redundant. Like these are my primary brushes, like these 4, and that's it. And then I have like my screen tones, and then I have some other like this watercolors and stuff like that. But it gets overwhelming. But I'm glad that I learned that through digital. So now I've taken that same concept into my traditional. Now I'm like, okay, I have. Let me show you guys real quick. Like with my sketchbook, and I was like, these are like my primary tools. Now I have a couple microns, a pencil, and other shit like that. That's pretty much these are my primary traditional tools. Hey, I appreciate you, Lika. So Lika, who's in the chat right now, he's the one who put all this shit together. So yeah, Lika, man, I appreciate you for sending me that video. I really learned a lot from watching that video because I had no idea who the fuck the Shogun was. I was drawing with like I can show you real quick. I think I saw the file. I was drawing with like this, and then that was like my original concept. But once I watched the video, I was like, oh no, the Shogun is a whole different thing. Like he's not even a like a real Shogun samurai. He's the Mikey with the orb and all that stuff. So once I watched that video, which it was actually really entertaining video too, because I did not know half that stuff about the TMNT and what was going. Like I remember when oh yeah that I'm glad I watched that video. But yeah, well, I mean, and I didn't know all that shit was going on with Mirage Studios, and like I remember when they sold to Viacom, and they were saying how Peter Laird was a genius because he made all that money, and Kevin Eastman had already sold his rights, so he didn't really get that much money compared to Peter. But yeah, I didn't know that was I don't know, people were like tripping about them selling it, which I guess it makes sense. I mean, people were fucking mad when everybody sold their souls to Disney, so I can imagine. But Nickelodeon's done, I think they've done right by TMNT so far, and they've kept them pretty relevant. So I don't know, like you're the TMNT hardcore fan. How do you feel Viacom and Nickelodeon's held like with TMNT and everything like that? Do you like all the new stuff that's been coming out, or you're not a fan of it? Oh, okay. But yeah. Yeah, because TMNT shows is definitely just like a legacy thing. Yeah, all the art is coming out super great. I think a lot of the pages I've seen so far are coming out cool. We have a lot of great artists in the group, man. A lot of great artists, man. I'm excited to see what comes of it. This is gonna be like awkward. Such an awkward angle. These stupid freaking blades on this guy's freaking thing. But Yeah. Yeah, that TMNT Odyssey thing is cool. It's a cool concept. There's a good video about it. If you guys are interested, just look up TMNT Odyssey. There's a page, I think it's called like TMNT Vexus or Nexus, and they pretty much are all TMNT. That's like their whole page is just Ninja Turtle stuff, and they like run through everything Ninja Turtles on there. They, like, whenever I was watching that Odyssey video, he was referencing other videos that he already made about topics that were in that comic. I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy's been on here going ham, man. So hopefully. Yeah, 100%. TMNT is definitely a lot more fun. I love the Mutant Mayhem movie. I don't know if you like that. I love that movie. I thought it was really great. I like how in that movie they're playing more towards the aspect of them being teenagers than they are of like the ninja part. I mean, obviously there was like ninja, there's cool fights and stuff like that, but I thought it was really interesting. I love the designs. Yeah, I'm only drawing one page. So everybody just got assigned one page for this comic. Last one, it was more like a free for all. So I did 2 pages. But this time, because it's a narrative, so it's a narrative like thing. So everybody's just doing one page, and then some people got pinups. Somebody's doing the cover art. It's a group effort, but everybody's just doing one page. These come out good so far. Yeah, that TMNT movie was sick. I liked it. I think they're supposed to be putting out episodes for the show that's like correlated with the new movie. So I think somebody at work was talking to me about that today, and so because they saw me watching that video he sent me, and they're like, "Oh, you like TMNT?" I was like, "Yeah," and they were telling me that the show new episodes are supposed to come out for that show, so I gotta look into that. Leah, I try to show my son it. He's a little too short. It's already too late right now, Red. Like we already got everybody lined up, so if you just go follow the KFam Sunday page on Instagram and just DM them and talk to Brian, and you can see what happens, man. Yeah, Paramount Plus. I gotta get that. I don't have Paramount Plus, but I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'll watch it somehow. I have to pull out my handy dandy pirate ship, if you know what I'm saying. I watch it, but yeah, I love the character designs. It's all good, Red, though. You know, like I said, go to the KFam Sunday, follow a page and stuff, and you'll get in contact with everything. Yeah, there's definitely gonna be more projects in the future for sure, man. So go follow the page, DM Brian because he's like in charge of everything, like just the KFam stuff, and there's a lot of artists and stuff that we've accepted in the last like couple weeks, and it's not like a skill thing. Like you don't need to be like. Apparently, there's a bunch of pluses now. Everything's Disney, Paramount. Everybody has a streamer now. It's actually annoying as shit. I don't even watch anything on stream. I really only watch like YouTube. Like I pay for YouTube Premium and that's it. Like I have like Netflix. All the other like streaming platforms that I have are just for my kids to watch stuff on. I don't freaking watch none of that shit. Spend so much time on this thing. I think I'll get back to that later. It's just piss me off. But yeah, TMNT is going hard still, man. They haven't really. I don't think they've even had a dip in anything for them. I mean, at one point I think like in the '90s they had like some issues and stuff. But I mean, even the Michael Bay films, I remember those movies were really a big deal, even though they didn't really get like a lot of love from like critics and shit, which I don't think anybody really cares anymore about that stuff. Those movies were freaking big time. I remember I went to go see. That was teenager. No. I mean, I'm an adult. I'm grown. But I remember going to see the what the fuck that movie, the animated TMNT movie that came out theaters before this one, the 2007 one with all like the soldiers that were like frozen, and they all they like thaw them out. They're like all these like badass freaking like warriors and stuff. I went to go see that in theaters, and then I don't think I saw any of the Michael Bay. By the time all the Michael Bay films came out, I was kind of like off Ninja Turtles and stuff. But I've seen them like in passing, or I think I might have watched them like on when they came on TV and stuff. They're cool. I mean, the turtles look all awkward and shit, like all like being all realistic, but it's it's a vibe, I guess. I might have to rewatch them just for like, for fuck's sake. Like, who cares? Michael Bay had a run though, man. He had all them damn 80s TV shows and movies. What up, Dracula? Welcome to the event. Working on the page, dude. Low point in the 90s, they fell off in favor. The first bit of fans became older, and I'll be honest, I look back on the stuff that came out during the time I hadn't watched. So, but watching was fun. Yeah, I mean, I think in the video they hinted at it like that. Oh yeah, I can't wait to see it, Dracula. I bet it's fucking sick. But what's it called? Sorry, let me just. Oh yeah, I mean, I remember in the video I was watching, they were talking about how Peter was trying to be more careful about selling his rights because a lot of that goofy stuff was coming out during that time frame, all like the weird Ninja Turtle specials and comics and stupid stuff. So he wasn't really, he was trying to. So I'm sure that happened. It's great that they were able to maintain like ownership of the turtles and were able to do what they want with it at the end of the day. Upcoming meatballs. And yeah, Michael Bay was a funny guy. He was like the freaking like the guy who's known for like blowing stuff up. I remember and like he would just every movie has all effects. And it's funny. Like his best movies was like what the Bad Boys franchise, and that's pretty much it. Everything else was kind of like I remember seeing the first Transformers movie when it came out when I was a kid, but I don't, I remember liking and enjoying. Like I liked all those Shia LaBeouf movies, everything. And once Shia LaBeouf left Transformers, I wasn't really, I was off that shit. Like when they brought in, what's that dude's name? Mark Wahlberg and all them other dudes, all the other actors. I was I kind of just aged out of those movies also by that time, so I wasn't really, here for it. But yeah, I wasn't really. Michael Bay. Yeah, his best movies are those Bad Boy movies for sure. I gotta see the new Bad Boys. I heard it was really good. So I gotta check it out. So I like the last one was all right. The Bad Boys Forever or whatever, the third one, that one was cool. But this new one looked dope, and I haven't heard nothing but good things about it. I think once we're done with it, I don't know if we're gonna do a print run of it. I'm just drawing a page, so I don't really know what the long-term plan is or for it. So like I said, just follow the KFAM page and you'll get updates about this project on there. It's KFAM, KAYFAM. Oh man, I appreciate you, Red man. Appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe. The YouTube thing. I think it's coming up pretty good so far. I have to pull up my reference here in a second to get the rest of the details for him. But this is a cool design. He's so boxy too, so he's like real easy to draw. Because just Mikey. It's funny, like when I was doing the research about when I was watching that video about this comic, how they just had like all the most random. Like I was like, bro, there's all these random like Ninja Turtle characters. I was like, I didn't know there was like demons and like aliens and all this other crazy shit like that popped up in the lore of like Ninja Turtles. Like, damn, I did not know any of this stuff. Like I know like the more popular like the Baxter, whatever, the Doctor and Crane and Shredder of course and all those like more popular villains, but I didn't know any about these other ones. So I was like, this is like some different like 6th, 7th, 8th gen like characters that I had no idea about. It's kind of like Pokemon now. It's like for Pokemon, for me, it's like I kind of go maybe up to like 5th gen Pokemon, like Diamond and Pearl, and after that I was not fucking. I do not, and know anything past once they got into like Black and White and like the Pokemons were like trash cans and swords. They weren't even based off of animals, and where they're just based off inanimate objects. I was like, okay, I'm off Pokemon, but the first like 5 generations of Pokemon, I know for the most part. I like Bruce Timm a lot. Alex Ross is cool for cover arts. I don't know how I feel about his like interior work, but I love Bruce Timm. Bruce Timm is sick, man. He's like top artist, man, for sure. I like those covers Alex Ross just did recently, like all the villains and superhero covers he did for Marvel, like all the variants. I thought those were really cool, but I don't know how I don't really care much for like realistic artwork when it comes to comics. I like comics to be cartoony and stylized and stuff like that. That's just me though. I like Bruce Timm though. Bruce Timm is sick. Deeper. I haven't heard about him. I gotta look him up. Lieber. Nah, I never heard of him before. But yeah, I like all the cartoony comics and stuff. Like I was saying earlier, I got that Richard Corbin Hellboy edition book off eBay. It was like 30% off, so I got it for like $30. So I'm gonna be looking at that here once it comes in. I've been reading I like Dave Gibb. Dave Gibb is cool. What was I saying? But yeah, and then I've been reading Bone recently because like I said, I'm gonna go traditional, so I'm trying to figure out like how what's his name? Smith is able to like he does his line work and stuff like that because I've been watching a lot of his interviews and stuff and just like researching him. I'm also doing like one of my next videos is going to be kind of about him in Bone. That's another good thing. I'm glad I'm finished Nobody's Safe because now I could focus on my next couple videos that I'm gonna be doing for the I'm gonna do a lot of research on videos. I'm gonna be putting out a lot more like videos for my channel. Like so I bought like a Rode mic so I can be more in front of the camera instead of like just doing voiceovers and like go into like do more like higher quality work and like be out in spaces and stuff and do all that shit. Frank Miller said that. I like Frank Miller's art. I like Frank Miller's Sin City stuff and 300. I like Frank Miller's art. He's cool. I like his stuff. Batman is really cool. But yeah, I just like cartoony stuff. Just for me, I feel like comic books are just like a cartoony medium. So I just feel like the artwork should be like that. Excuse me. That's just me though. Like I really like if you look at my collection, a lot of the comic artists that I really follow, a lot of them are really like cartoony and they push like the anatomy and stuff like that. Like I like manga art for the most part. Sometimes it gets pretty, I don't want to say generic, but it gets boring after a certain amount of artists. But there's always one or two manga artists that comes in and like changes shit. Oh, did he say that? Yeah, he's too damn realistic. I believe that. It's Frank Miller's fault though. Look, if you think about it, he made everything. He made him and Alan Moore made comics all serious and shit with their like really great books, but they like say the companies were like, oh, we're gonna do more serious tone comic books. We need to have more like realistic artwork, which like I said isn't bad. Like I like art Alex Ross, but that's just not like my cup of tea. Really. All right. Let's see. It came out pretty good. I'm gonna try my best to like. I'm just doing the outline right now. I'm trying my best to add like the hard inks that they did, like Peter and Laird did with the original TMNT comics. We'll see how that goes. If I can pull it off. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What about you, Red? You like more realistic artwork, or you like more of the cartoony stuff? Like I'm not a really big fan of like Jim Lee's work. I don't really. I mean, I like some of his older X-Men stuff, but his newer stuff, like all the shit he did for like DC and all that, I was like, I don't care much for it. But like Sam Keith, man, Sam Keith is like a god, man. I love his stuff. Like he has his one. Sam Keith has his one cover on Marvel Presents, which is it's freaking what's it called? It's a what's that fucking shit called? It is Ghost Rider and Doctor Strange, and that shit is fire. Actually, let me pull that up real quick. I'll take a break from drawing for a second. But I got a freaking like let me show you this shit. This cover is so sick, man. Sam. Like it has so much energy and stuff, and it's freaking sick, man. Hey, what's up, Ronnie? Sam Keith. God damn it. I hate typing the thing. Ghost Rider. He has two. Let me show you. All right, let me show you. Present. Like, look at this freaking cover, dude. This thing, I actually own this book. This cover is amazing. Like, I look at these, like, you know how Sam Kitty's like always the feed guy, whatever. But bro, God, like, I love this, like, Ghost Rider. I love this style, man. Like, I would get this tattooed on me for real, for real. He has this one, and then this one right here. I have this one also. Like, look at that. Look at these freaking. That's a bad picture, but that shit is fucking. Ugh, man. Sam Keith is. That dude's fucking sick, man. Look at all these covers, man. That shit's sick. But yeah, you see? Yeah, and Dave Gibbs seems like he regrets looking at album because he made comics. Stories. Oh, yeah, I've heard that before. I like Mike Mignola, so old work. I haven't really looked at his newer work, but yeah, his Shadow game is top tier though. His spot blacks, they're sick. I gotta look at some of his newer stuff. I mean, he doesn't really draw that much Hellboy anymore. He seems to have like somebody not draw it for him, but like, you know, he is an artist that he regularly goes to now. I love Richard Corbin's shit, of course. You know, but artist influence a lot of things. Very well. So I'm trying to put the charger on my freaking laptop. I don't know if it's gonna fix. These stupid MacBooks don't have like the proper, not proper, but they have very limited space on here, and everything's freaking clenched up. Oh, let me see if I can. So annoying, but whatever. The laptop dies, it dies, boys. But I'm gonna finish this page or get some more of it done. But all right, let me pull up my reference. There you go. Can I get these details in there? Talk more about the project. What do you want to know, Dom? So it's not. So this isn't Shredder. So this is Shogun. This is So I'm doing a TMNT Grand Design page, and Shogun is pretty much Michelangelo from Alternate Universe, who's going. You see him in this reference photo right here. He is this is like TMNT Odyssey is like a fan comic that was created once like Viacom bought Mirage Studio, so fans made a comic that pretty much ended like all the continuity prior to the buyout. So once the buyout happened, these fans made this book, and they made Mikey as this Shogun character who's going around destroying all their multiverses or all the other universes of Ninja Turtles that came out at that time. So like the movies, TV shows, other comics, stuff like that. So that's what I'm drawing right now, Shogun. That's the page I was given. And then comic 2 for the upcoming comic competition. Are you what comic competition, Red? I don't know what comic competition you're referring to, and then who's putting the book together. So together we're doing it's me and a bunch of artists. So from this group I'm in, it's called the K-Fam Core group artists, and we all are collective, you know, artists and stuff like that who were fans of like the comic, you know, cartoons, K-Fam, and you know, it's a whole thing. But anyways, the pretty much what we're doing is we are all got assigned a page, 24 artists and a little bit more because we're going to do like pinups and cover arts, interior pages and stuff like that. And we're doing 24 pages of a comic in 24 hours. So we just started people started this morning, and we're turning in the book tomorrow night. So it's a little bit more than 24 hours because some people are international. So it's like a day and a half pretty much. So I was working on the outline of this earlier today, and then so now I'm pretty much just doing the inks, and yeah, that's what we're doing. And I think, I mean, I'm not doing any of the production stuff, so I don't know when like it's gonna go to print and stuff like that. So I guess once everybody gets their pages in and we're cold. Shit. Yeah, Dracula's in the group. Dracula knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. It's real awesome. It's real fun. And it's really good exercise of like craftsmanship and stuff like that. Web comics hub on. Oh, so they're doing like y'all gonna like do the comic competition for their page, and they're gonna like review us comments on their channel, or what I never heard that page before. I gotta look them up. But yeah, this is a good exercise. So I mean, I'm enjoying it. I mean, you know, I think it's cool. The last one came out really dope. I had a good time doing everything. So yeah. Oh, that's dope, Red. Good luck, man. Hopefully they fuck with your book. I mean, your comic, man. Is this like the first time making a comic, or how many times, how many comics do you have on your belt, or are you doing traditional or are you doing digital? But that's dope, man. Congrats. Oh, I got all these fucking pages, dude. I couldn't imagine like people doing 24-hour comics and doing like a full comic. That is fucking crazy. I mean, it's been done. I mean, the 24-hour comic concept is like a thing, but that is like people who do that shit is like that's some other shit. Yeah, digital is definitely a lot cheaper, and it's less time consuming too. If you don't have like a printer or a scanner, all that stuff, then it just takes a lot more time to have the runs like Kinko's or whatever to get your shit scanned and stuff. Would you work? You work Procreate, Clip Studio, or what? Dang, sounds like I missed out. I would love to do. So Dom, just go to KFam Sundays on Instagram, and you can DM Brian. He's the one who's in charge of the page, and you can talk to him and see, when the next one's going to be or whatever we got going on. Like I said, I'm just a contributor to the book. I'm not in charge of any of the processes or who's able, who's allowed in or whatever, So if you want to join, Bretta, just like I said, go find the KFam Sunday page and just hit them up and follow the page, and and it goes from there. Ibis Paint. I've heard people use that. I've never tried it, but I've been literally just Procreate for the last like 4 years straight. I've been drawing Procreate damn near every day. So I try to do Clip Studio Paint, but the only reason I don't do Clip Studio Paint is I don't want to pay a subscription fee. And Procreate is literally just $10. So once I figured out how to use this app, I've been using it pretty much since 2020, I think 2021. So, and I have not regretted it since. I've made a lot of cool shit on here, but starting next month, I'm gonna get back to traditional artwork, just as a personal test to myself, just to see how the work comes out, and to have all like, cool, not cool, but god damn it, have like, my own artwork and pages I can sell or whatever, and people, and then I think traditional work is a lot more valuable, especially now. People want to buy your traditional work if you got it. So if I can commission me and stuff like that, so they can see I draw traditionally and stuff, people will love, like, maybe make a little bit of money doing that type of stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do. My next comic that I'm gonna put out, I think that would be fun. Yeah, Clipstudio Paint has so many good assets and stuff that I've seen people use and stuff. I mean, one day I might get it. I mean, a lot of people use it, but yeah, Procreate is so much fun, and then like it's so streamlined and convenient. Procreate, I mean not Procreate, Clip Studio Paint. Like I know it's gonna just take me like a month or two just to figure out how to use all the functions on there, and I'm just like, bro, I don't want to fucking do all that shit. Like I don't want, like I already have my workflow in Procreate done to the point where it's like seamless. So I was like, I don't like trying to learn anything else, So, but like I said, eventually, Did you pay for like the full thing, or you're doing the monthly subscription for Clip Studio? You have it like on your iPad too, Dracula? Yeah, Clip Studio. Everybody uses Clip Studio Paint. Everybody either uses everybody that works digital and works on comic either uses Clip Studio or they use Procreate pretty much. That's all I see people use. Okay. I'm getting somewhere. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, and Red, for the contest, what was like the was there like a specific theme for the contest or like certain type of comics, or was like a limit, or because I know there's like specific comics that have like contests that have like specific things, like I know there's like the silent manga contest and things like that. So I think I paid an annual fee. It was it's pretty cheap though. Clip Studio Paint, like even though I kind of bitch about the fucking month, it's like $1 a month or something like that. It's really cheap, and you go buy the full version for like your computer. I think it's like a couple $100 depending on which one you get. But yeah, I don't know. I just got Procreate. It just worked better for me and what I needed. And like I said, I have not regretted it since. Oh shit! All right. All right. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of spot blacks in here. I'm trying. Oh, it's any story you're liking, and is it like any length or anything like that? Doesn't matter how long it is, or it's just they just want to see people just submit whatever. Because that's cool. I mean, it's cool people do stuff like that, like contests and stuff. I remember YouTube back in the early days, YouTube was like all that. It was like, people, oh, you do this in contest and like and subscribe, and we'll pick a random person to win a, whatever the fuck. Or we're gonna give a TV to somebody, or like all the big YouTubers back in the days do shit like that all the time. So that's cool. What up, Mossy in the house? Are you liking the page? Yes, sir. Fire. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, dog. But yeah, man. That's cool though. That's cool, Red. Hopefully you get picked, or always. Yeah. There's some people in the chat, man, that are interested in the group. I told them they're gonna to hit you up. To people are excited about seeing this comic and shit, dude. So I told them, yeah, hit up Mossy. He's the head honcho, man. Hit him up, man. He has to vet y'all guys and see if you guys are tried and true to be in the group, dude. To hop on the train. Nah, it's not that serious. But yeah, you just hit him up, man. And Brian's fucking super sick, super cool, man. Really accepting guy, the group and all that stuff. And it's not like we're not like, oh, we need the top tier artists. You have to be fucking Jim Lee and fucking Tommy McFarlane. Like, nah, man. It's all vibes, man. It's all just, if you're fucking cool, you're not a fucking weirdo, and you're like all vibes, comics books out and just love comics and stuff. Y'all can come fuck with us, man. That's it. Just don't, like, we don't care about Comics Gate or any of that other stupid shit or whatever. We're just vibing, having a good time, and sharing our art with each other, and that's it. And I think that, like I said earlier in the stream, it's just that is a very important aspect of art, and having like a group of people you can like chop it up with, and blast ideas off, and do projects like this, where you have you're able to test yourself in new things that you wouldn't think you could do. So what? It's coming. So Brian, who's in the chat right now, power of the panel, Vero and Alika, who helped write the script, they all pretty much set up the project, and they just put out the orders. They're like, all right, you guys got this amount of time, knock out these pages. And so everybody's been going crazy right now, knocking out pages and stuff, and it looks sick, man. Everything's looking good, man. The last book came out sick. This one's probably gonna be fucking, oh man, Moss, you don't even know, man. Look, I got the concept is crazy, man. I haven't even finished it. I'm still got the concept going crazy. Got all the Ninja Turtle shit going on. I just gotta finish drawing this stuff. Yeah, Dracula, man. You gotta fucking put the page in the group, man. When I see that. I'm excited. I'm excited to see everybody's work, man. Ninja Turtle, dude. By the way, I appreciate it, Moss. Appreciate you, man. I always appreciate the kind words, man. Clever TMNT. No, it's all fan, man. It's all it's just all of them are like super TMNT, you know, lovers, you know, and they wanted its grand design. Like me, I mean, I'm not like a huge. I mean, I love TMNT, you know, the shows and the movies and stuff like that. I'm like a super fan, like other people working on it. But oh man, Dracula body count, dude. I'm sick, bro. I got my body count book signed by Bisley at the convention at Heroes, man. It's fucking one of my favorite ninjas book. Man, I appreciate you, Red. I appreciate you showing me love, for real, for real. It's always funny because as an artist, which is nothing that I really subscribe to, but like a lot of artists have this mindset of like being like, oh, my shit is like, you know, they're like insecure, which I mean, everybody's, you know, allowed to do that, but I've never been like that. Like I always like, all right, my shit's cool, it's cool, and our team next days it's better. And you know, I never really compared my shit to other people. I always compared myself to myself, really. You know, that's the best mindset you could have, I think. I always found it weird people were like self-deprecating and stuff. It's like, don't do that, man. Like, love, you know, everybody's cool, you know. But yeah, I appreciate the kind words though, man. Hell yeah. Thank you, man. Fucking, I feel like I've had like a really big breakthrough this last year with my art. Because I mean, if you go to the link in my description, and you go to my website, you can see all my old artwork from pretty much when I started getting back into drawing. I got back in drawing in 2021. And you can see just like, you know, I don't want to toot my own horn, but like, I feel like I've really grown a lot in the last couple of years. Yeah, hell yeah, Dracula. I appreciate it, man. I can't wait to see your shit, man. You gotta drop a preview, man, in the group. I can see it. But yeah, that Naruto TMNT crossover, I'm definitely gonna buy that shit. I'm low-key excited. And it's kind of crazy that that's happening, man. That's like that kind of is like a funny thing, because they always would like, one of the biggest things what people will say online, these like stupid groups, it's like, oh, the reason comics is failing is because they're all about like what's that shit they always say, like they don't care about the IP, they just want to make, you know, a bunch of IP and like do all these stupid crossovers and rehashings and stuff. And they say like manga is not like that, they care about the craft. But now manga, this is what people try to act like manga is like super like fucking, I mean, it's really popular now, but that was the last like 5-10 years. But now that the super popular manga is starting to have these characters who are staples, and then now they're starting to freaking mass produce those characters. You think about it, like Dragon Ball Z, which has been a staple for a long time, but Dragon Ball Z was so niche. It was a popular niche thing, like people knew about, but it wasn't like, I don't know how to explain. I feel like people didn't really correlate DBZ with fucking like manga and anime for some reason. I don't know why, they just, you know, but you know, Dragon Ball Z was the beginning, and you know they've been rehashing Dragon Ball Z since it finished. You know, back in the 90s. Now they have, you know, Super, and they did, you know, Dragon Ball Z Kai with a remastered whole series, and they did you know, then they had the new ones coming out where Goku's a little kid again, which is like Dragon Ball Z GT again, which I mean we'll see how that goes. And now they're doing it with Naruto, because you know, there's Naruto and then there's Boruto, and then they did like the side quest books, like they did a book about Naruto's dad. Then they're doing like the light novels. There's like, they're starting to have these staple characters who are going to start to get like these like stretched in, like how they're doing like Spider-Man and fucking Batman and shit like that, and how people always complain like, oh, there's too many Batman, there's too many Spider-Man, and and manga, they don't do that, and watch, they're gonna it's a matter of time for manga is gonna be the same spot. They just never had these characters who were that polarizing or popular to be able to do that made sense for those companies to invest their money into doing that stuff. But now they're doing it, and watch, bro. This is a matter of time, bro. But yeah, the Naruto DBZ collab, I mean, TMNT collab's gonna be sick. I'm gonna be the first person in line to get that shit when it comes out in the comic book. I don't care. It's crazy, but it makes so much sense. I like. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't. Yeah, people. But like I said, Power Rangers. I mean, Pokemon is technically an anime. But like people just never really correlated that stuff with it for some reason. I don't know why. Like, Digimon and shit like that. But it's just a matter of time. And then, manga. I mean, there's gonna be. I mean, Sishu, Kodansha and shit like that. I mean, they're already doing like collabs with like DC Comics. They have like that Superman anime manga that came out. There's a Batman one. There's a Joker one that just came out. They're starting to get Marvel starting to get manga artists to come over and like do like comics for them. Like there's the guy that did Blam, the manga artist that did Blam did a whole Wolverine comic. So it's just a matter of time for it's all just gonna be one big fucking thing, and everybody's gonna own everybody's IP, and it's just gonna be like one big collaboration, which I'm fucking excited for. But like all those like purists or whatever the fuck are just those guys are all assholes anyway. They just like to say shit just to say shit. But that's gonna be one of my topics of one of my future videos I might probably put out this month. It's gonna be titled "Is Manga is finally sold out and not the way you think." So I think that's gonna be a good video. People are gonna probably talk shit, but I don't care. Yeah, I have read. After the live is over, click the link in my description of this video, or all my videos, or in my bio for my channel. I have a bunch of comics on my website for free. And nobody say if you want to get a physical copy, I have a couple copies. You can buy a copy, but I would wait if you want. I'm gonna be putting out the full digital copy of Nobody Safe on my website for free. You download. It's 52 pages. I just gotta finish putting some of the what's this shit called, like the word balloons and stuff, the dialogue and the sound effects, and then I'll be putting it out probably like Monday. But I got a bunch of comics. You should go to my website. I have a bunch of comics on there for free. You can read. There's a lot of old stuff, a little bit of new stuff on there. Oh yeah, man, Power Rangers is Power Rangers is sick though. Power Rangers has been around for so long, man. It's just another one of those ones, man, legacy. But I believe though. I mean, it's just like what's that shit? Camden Rider, whatever the fuck it's called, and stuff like that. It's just one of those things that's been around for a long time, but they never. I don't know how to explain it. They just were never that popular outside of like their niche group audience, as where Naruto, One Piece have literally transcended anime to people who are just modern or modest or like common fans, like casual fans know who those characters are in a real way, not just like casual, like, oh, like that's the guy with the spiky ears. Like, oh, I know who Naruto is. Like my wife knows who Naruto is, and she's never watched that shit to me at all. She's never watched it. So, and same thing with like Dragon Ball Z, One Piece is pretty much like that. So it's just a matter of time for that shit to get way over. Batman, TMNT. Man, TMNT's crossover with so many fucking like I had the TMNT Savage Dragon, then the Batman. I think they did Archie, and there's a bunch of shit. So that's kind of funny. I love TMNT too. It's just a cool IP, man. And it represents way more than like just it being a comic, just like the idea of independence and being like being a creator and control your own artwork, and and it's funny how it just started off as this like non-serious gag comic to like this being this more popular than the IP was making fun of. You know what I'm saying? Like arguably TMNT is way more popular than Daredevil at this point, especially like Daredevil's legacy for sure, but like TMNT is fucking, they're goated. Like they're like there's like one of those IPs that always has to have something out, or like the like Viacom or whoever's like losing money, because you can always put a TMNT show, movie, comic, toys out, and it's always going to get bought. Like there's no question. Look, I got a fucking I got this at Target like a couple months ago. So Ronin, a red one. I don't know. I don't really like. I like super duper into toys, but if I see something cool, I'll buy it. But this is cool. I bought this shit, and it's like funny because it's just Ninja Turtles. There's like the toy aisle. Half the toy aisle is like TMNT shit. Fucking drop it, but that's pretty good. It's a pretty good looking toy. And I think it's a McFarlane toy also. But yeah, I mean TMNT is just this man's gets going, man. That gravy train is never going away, bro. Not for a long, long time. Because I mean, they haven't even hit. There's so many characters, man, that they can timelines and stories they can go to if they want to, and it's just never gonna give up. It's never gonna give out. It's honestly crazy. My favorite turtle, bro, is Mikey, dude. It's Mikey, bro. It's always been Mikey. I always like Mikey. I always thought he was funny. Let me see. But yeah, what about you, Ronnie? Who's your favorite turtle? If you have some reference to this old TMNT stuff, I'm trying to get a feel for like the way the inks. I can do like really hard, like a lot of harsh inks in the old TMNT shit. I had to do some zip too. I was thinking about coloring here, but I think I might do zip too. That shit, that's just sick. Shit, she's killer, man. It's fire. But yeah. This page is coming out pretty good. I think it's looking good. We got somewhere. We're getting somewhere with them. These shit. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, yeah, I fucking love all of them. You know, but Mikey was always my favorite. I always like Mikey. I think Mikey's funny. I like how they are in the new movie too. They're all just so funny and cool, and I like how they distinctly look different now. Like they have glasses, and one of them is like a fucking. They all like different like looking faces and shit. I think that like whoever the character design artist is for the new TMNT movie, it was fucking Fuego. He was fucking sick. Like he did his shit with that one. Even like the villains and stuff, super cool looking. They're just all awkward looking and funny, and I just like that a lot. Gotta rewatch that shit. TMNT Turtles, and I like the new Naruto design too. I think it's pretty cool. So I wonder what the story's gonna be about. I think it's gonna be some sick Naruto shit. I wish what's his name was doing the interiors also. The fucking what's that guy's name? Jose what's his fucking, let me see. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. The guy who does Batman and shit. I wish he was doing the interior artwork too, man. Sucks that he's not. That shit would, bro. If he was in the interior artwork, that shit would sell fucking gangbusters, bro. I mean, it's already gonna sell probably really well anyways because it's just Naruto and Ninja Turtles, but because the artist is like I don't know who the artist is. Like I saw the name, but I've never heard of that guy before, so you know, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe a new guy will get put on, blow up or something. Hopefully it looks good. So I hate when the cover art is sick, but then the interiors are trash. It pisses me off. I remember when I first started getting the comics, I didn't realize like what a variant was or like how they have only like cover artists but so like I remember I would go and buy like a Deadpool comic, and the cover artist would be like I don't know Huberto Ramos or somebody like that. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to read it. And I open it, and somebody else. I'm like, bro, what the fuck, bro? Like this is a finesse. And then obviously I was like in 6th grade, so I didn't really like understand that concept, and it just makes sense. Obviously, you know, because you're trying to sell, but it's like, damn, bro. Like even now, like Art Adams, Art Adams is one of my favorite artists also, and he only does Gutierrez. But yeah, Art Adams only does cover arts now, variant covers. That's it, and that's so annoying, bro. Because I want to see him do more interior work, but it's whatever. I don't know, brother. I mean, I understand what you're saying, though. I think is that his name? Is it Jose Gutierrez? I guess yeah, it sounds right. I don't know, but yeah, if he did the interior work, that would be sick because he's actually a Naruto fan too, so he would be like. But I mean, I guess he's too busy doing fucking Batman. fucking leave that shit. They're probably paying him so much freaking money to keep him in DC, man. He did that Nemesis book. That shit was pretty tight. Even though that story is kind of like, Nemesis is like, it's a little stupid. You know, Mark Miller. I feel like Mark Miller just likes to be like crude just because now. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping. Nah, probably not. But yeah, Mark Miller just likes to be like, he just makes like crude comics for the sake of making crude comics at this point, it seems like. But I think, you know, I don't know if you guys followed that Mark Miller event, like where he did like a crossover with all of his like IPs and stuff. I thought that was a really cool concept. Like, it's cool that he's made so many comics that he's able to like bring all the characters together, and like he pretty much like killed all of them. And then he just brought it back to life. But it was a pretty cool concept though. I thought so. When I was reading it, I was like, man, as long as he doesn't kill Hit Girl or Kick Ass, I don't give a fuck about these other characters. Like, those are my favorite characters. Hit Boy, Hit Girl, and Kick Ass. That's like my favorite. That's like my favorite comics of all time. That's like one of the first comics I ever read growing up. So I had a little bit of a bias when I was reading that event. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Shadow here. My freaking chair broke yesterday, so annoying. I just ordered another one though. A more real gaming chair. It's like a back and shit. So usually I like to draw like leaning back, and like I put my legs on my bed, the little guest bed right here, and I lean back. And I guess I was leaning back a little too much in this chair, and it's fucking broke. It was a little cheap chair, and it was like fucking $50 off. I think I got it off Amazon a couple months ago. So it's whatever though. Yeah. I'm gonna be working on this bitch till like 2 in the morning. Still got to do the background and stuff too. But I ain't tripping. It's the point of a 24-hour comic. You gotta freaking lose your mind. Yeah, man, Kick-Ass is sick, man, and it's like a trilogy book too. Like the movie, the first movie was really good. The second one was cool. I liked how they got Jim Carrey in there, but aside from that, I was like, it just was like whatever. But Kick-Ass is like, yeah, as if it, and I think it's just, I just like it more because of the nostalgia factor of it, and like I don't think it's like one of the greatest comics of all time, but it's just like my favorite. Superman, I like All-Star Superman. That's the only really Superman comic that I read, and I read the Super Sons book that came out with like Damian and what's Superman's son's name? John, whatever. But I'm not like a huge Superman guy. I'm excited for the movie. I think it's gonna be pretty good. I like James Gunn, so I believe that he can make a good Superman movie. It shouldn't be that hard, but we'll see. I'm excited. What do you think? How are you feeling about the new movie? You like the costume? Everybody's giving shit about that costume. It's like so stupid. People just find the most minute shit to fucking be pissed off about. It's like, bro, who gives a fuck about the costume? John Byrne, the Man of Steel comic was lit. What about Steel? AKA Shaq. Technically a Superman. Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, I never really got Superman though. I think Superman kind of like, I don't know. I didn't like the kid. I thought he was. Yeah, I think he has definitely good appeal, Superman. I just never, I don't know. Just never paid attention. I don't really like, honestly, I don't really read a lot of superhero comics anymore, or like I don't think I ever really did, to be honest. Even when I go back and look at like the books that I would buy when I was like younger, I always bought like super like indie books. Not like indie, but like I guess like image indie, because that was like what I had access to back in the days. And now I just like buying I like buying creator owned books. I'm really like self-contained like graphic novels, right? You know, I've been reading Bone because I read it when I was like a little, but I was like fucking like a little kid, like elementary school. So, and I never kept my copies. So like I'm doing research on Jeff Smith. So I've been reading Bone, and I really, really enjoy Bone. It's super sick. Yeah, the Superman is like the biggest gimmick of the 90s. But yeah, so I honestly just like self-contained stories, creator owned stuff. I like when it's an artist that write. I like comics where the artist writes his own stuff. Because I feel like it just makes a better story, in my opinion. I don't know. Um, I like a lot of horror stuff lately. I don't know why. Like even like my next comic is gonna be a horror comic, and that's like the second horror comic I've done. I'm gonna be doing this year, and I'm just like, why am I so drawn to these like scary stories? I don't know why, but I think you can just get the most out of a horror comic for some reason. Maybe that's just me. I just like horror. Like I like Junji Ito. I read a lot of his stuff. Um, I like horror comics, but I also just like abstract concept comics and stuff like that. And just, I mean, I love a good superhero comic, and I love action and shit like that. But Marvel and DC ain't giving it to me like that, like the good superhero stuff. And I don't be feeling like reading like a lot of the old shit either. Like I still haven't read the Dark Knight Rises or whatever, or the Frank Miller Dark Knight stuff. Because every time I like try to pick up the read, I'm just like, I don't feel like reading this shit. It's too much exposition for me, honestly. I'll get around to it eventually. I know that sounds blasphemous, but that's just how I feel. I like I read like the Daredevil Reborn, not Daredevil Reborn, the Frank Miller, John Romita Jr. Daredevil. I got those books signed by John Romita Jr. Fucking love it. Batman Year One. I read Batman Year One. Yep. Okay. I read that one. Did I read The Long Halloween? I don't remember. I read Year One though. I fucking love Year One. I have Batman Earth One. I just recently bought these books because fucking these are sick. I got them for like half price. They're like $5, I think, or something like that from this used bookstore. And then I bought the third book. I haven't read the third one yet though, but I like these. These are cool. I like Gary Frank's art. He's sick. Let me see. Yeah, but I'm not like I don't know. Not that much Marvel and DC shit. Did you ever read it? The Watchmen comics? Yeah. See, it's funny. The Watchmen was one of the first comics I read when I was little too. It's funny. I got to reread it because I know I probably did not comprehend half the shit that was going on in the comic. You know, if I'm thinking about, because I was like, had to been like 11 or 12 when I read it the first time. So I definitely have to go back and reread it. I actually still have my original copy from middle school in here. Let me show you. Because like I had bought it. And then I remember because the movie I came out, I was like, oh man. And then I actually had got a bookmark too when it was like, oh, I was hyped about it. The movie was sick, man. I fucking love the movie. And the Watchmen is sick, man. I think they're about to do an animated series about it. Killing Joke. I've read so many comics. I'd be forgetting if I read fucking some shit. I feel like I read The Killing Joke before, but I don't remember. I have to reread that one also. I read All-Star Superman. I love that one. I like the Joker. I like him. How do you think what do you think about the new Joker movie coming out? The one with Lady Gaga. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. It's interesting. The trailer looked good. At least I don't know. What do you think, Ronnie? Like the Watchmen. The Watchmen though. What really got me in the Watchmen was the movie was whenever he when Rorschach freaking was like going at all the inmates and he was like, I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me. I was like, oh yeah, this shit is crazy. This shit is hard. It's different. He's a wizard. Yeah, Alan Moore is in that case. Oh yeah. Joker's cool, man. I like the Joker. I like the Joker. I like Vegeta too. I like Trunks. My favorite DBZ character is Trunks. I always like Trunks because he had the sword, he had the tight fit with the fucking like jean jacket and the cool, like, man. One thing about Akira Toriyama that people don't give him enough credit for, they kind of do, but is his character designs and his fashion aspects of his character. He draws characters super tight, man. They used to be super sick. But yeah, Trunks is my fucking favorite. And he had the sword. I was like, bro, why does he have a sword, dog? Like, you know, he used that shit, but it was so cool. I remember I had a Trunks toy. It was super sick, man. I used to fuck with that toy all the time. Fucking love Trunks. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix did a good job. I don't think anybody could top Heath Ledger. Honestly, Jack Nicholson's sick too. Heath Ledger, and then we don't talk about what's that fool's name? Jared Leto's Joker, the gangster Joker, and shit was so stupid. I don't know why the fuck they did this shit. That first Suicide Squad movie just makes you so mad because they have such a good cast of actors, but that fucking shit was horrible. Sure, yeah. What are you gonna say about Trunks, man? Might have to boot you up the live. You say some crazy, bro. No, I'm fucking with you. What you guys say, man? Trunks. Yeah, that is. I would definitely be tied with those two guys. Jack Nicholson killed that shit. That's syrup brush. What is your brush? Fucking pissing me off. All right, I'm gonna unhook my mic real quick so I can plug in my freaking charger so my laptop doesn't die, and then hopefully it fucking says it. All right, give me a second, guys. Myself. All right, you guys hear me? Motherfucker. What the fuck is my laptop? Yeah. You hear me? Um, I believe it though. I mean, a lot of that old stuff, people like took their concepts and shit from other things. Like, I mean, you think about it, all the old Image comic stuff is literally all Arnold Schwarzenegger and like those movies that came out at that in that time. Like, if you listen to like Rob Liefeld's podcast, he literally pretty much said that all of that shit was like because they took they took a lot of influence from like all those movies. So that's what they like. That's why all their characters are so fucking buff and ripped because they were like, oh, this is what the kids like, and this is what I like. So, but I can see that though. I can see Trunks being John Connor. That's funny actually though. Terminator was a fire ass movie. I remember when I first saw that shit when I was a little kid. I was like, bro, what the hell is this? Yeah, Red. That always happens though. Like everybody always likes that edge lord fucking characters, like people who like Homelanders. Like you don't understand. Like that Homelander is not a good guy. Like he's not like people just don't understand the, like I mean you can't help people like who they like. I mean Ronnie likes the Joker, who's like depending on who's writing him, he's a crazy guy, and sometimes he's just like a misunderstood person. But yeah, Rorschach. I just like that scene. I never really looked at the Rorschach as like, oh, he's like a good guy, or now I was like, nah, Rorschach is fucking psycho. But because even in the comics, I remember this in the comic because I remember reading the Rorschach. What's it called? The Rorschach chapter. Like whenever like the professor or his like therapist is like reading through his file and he talks about how his mom was a prostitute and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, Rorschach is fucked, dude. And like the part was like his mom died. And then they asked him like how you feel. He's like, good. Like I'm glad she's dead. I was like, Jesus Christ, man, this is a crazy comic. But yeah, I fucked it to watch. Man, I guess I gotta rewatch that shit. I like the show they did at HBO. I thought that was pretty cool. A cool follow up to the movie and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. It was interesting. I remember watching that. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, Joker is definitely fully fleshed out. How do you feel about like his like origin? Maybe not origin. Do you like how? Do you like people trying to give him an origin story, or do you like him just being like a benevolent force that's just kind of like of evil and like just just chaos stuff and not having anything to be explained? He's just a thing that's just here. How do you feel about that? Yeah, I thought it was in the I guess I gotta reread it, but I thought it was like in the file, but like because I'm like the therapist is like going through Rorschach's file, and that's how we like find out who he is and stuff. But I just remember that being a thing, and I was like, yes, that's cold, man. I gotta go back and reread that. That's one of the ones I gotta go back and reread, man. So many books on my list of shit I gotta read. It's not enough time in the day. Yeah, Watchmen is sick though. I like the Watchmen. Did any of y'all watch the HBO show? I thought it was pretty good. This guy's a lot of blankets on him. Fucking doing that. The Shogun. I hate doing spotlights. It kind of bothers me a bit. Whatever. He has like two. I like the struggling comedian one more than the gangster one. I think that's pretty cool, but it's cool. It's interesting. Realistic painted cartoons in the comic. Marco. I gotta look him up. But are you saying like Alex Ross, or you said Mark? I gotta look him up. My only other person I can think of that does that would be like Alex Ross. But I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm really into cartoony stuff, but anybody can make stuff work. It just depends on the story, the comic, and what the concept is behind it. I read comics like that are more realistic and that I've enjoyed. Can't think of anything on top of my head, but it just depends. I don't really have like I have a thing that I'm drawn to, like certain art that I'm drawn to that I'm just gonna catch my eye every time. I don't know. Marco, I gotta look him up, dude. I'm gonna look up on my phone real quick. See so I can get like more of a reference of what you're Marco. Oh, okay. Oh wow. He's just like a concept artist. He's on YouTube. The YouTube guy. I've never seen this guy before. Yeah, this art's cool. I like it. I don't know how that would work in a comic book though. I think I've seen this guy's page for sure. I mean, he can make it work. I bet he can. It looks good. I think it looks good. I would pick up a book like that. I like that kind of style. It's like what's that comic Philadelphia? I don't know if you guys read that one, but like the vampires and shit. That's how that style is, kind of like that. But it's not cartoony. It's more just like that. Excuse me. It's more like a loose photorealism type. And I wanted to read it because it's like super popular and stuff, but the art style was just not my cup of tea, so I kind of like didn't read it. And I met that writer Ronnie Barnes. He's like every convention, that dude, big ass dude, but he's just he's like a legendary writer, and he's done a lot of stuff. He writes a lot of comics. He writes TV shows. He does a lot, fucking everything. But I don't know. I like in my comics. I like holding lines on the characters. I like cartoony stuff, like like not super duper cartoony, but also like I was looking up Kyle Baker, and his artwork is pretty cool. But he's like a little bit too cartoony. But like the most cartoony, like if I had to scale my cartooniness, it goes from like Bruce Timm is like the most cartoonist, and the most realistic can be kind of like a Dave Gibbons, or a Gary Frank. I like who's like realistic. The guy who did the artist who did Preacher. His name is I always forget his name. Because I have these Preacher books down here. I should find it. Fuck. Did I have these books? But yeah, I like that's kind of like my realistic stuff. Like, but I like James Herron. James Herron's sick. I wish he would do more work. I think I'm done with this. I think I might do a little more hatching, I guess, but I think I might be done with this. Gotta fix the helmet because of the black. So pull this up. But yeah, I'm really more drawn to like cartoony stuff because I feel like the cartoony artwork evokes more emotion and you can do a lot more with it. I feel like some people who do realistic artwork, not all of them, it tends to come off as stiff or just boring. So like it looks good. Like what's his name? I like Finch. David Finch I like David Finch, but I like his pinups more than I like his interior work. Like I bought that Moon Knight book, his Moon Knight stuff, and some of his Avengers stuff, and I was just like, it's just too stiff for me. It's just not. It doesn't evoke enough emotion and enough like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just not like my cup of tea, really, honestly. That's like the best way I can explain. It just doesn't do it for me when it comes to like visually stimulating stuff. Like if I want to watch a movie, I'll just go watch a movie. I want to read a comic book. It's on your YouTube. How do I go to your page? Go channel. Oh yeah, it's not bad, dude. Are you using like a 3D model or something, or like I can see it kind of reminds me of like cartoony stuff. It's not bad, but I like it. You probably should try to do better with your what's that shit called? Your text. You look your handwriting or whatever. You should probably just type it if you can. If the program allows you to do that, you should do that. But it looks cool, dude. I like the shadows and stuff. The gradient fades and stuff on the characters looks cool. But yeah, just fix that that text and stuff. Yeah, you should push your comments to the links in the future school. Yeah. Are you talking to me, Ronnie, or are you talking to him? Red. No, I feel that, but like half the point of reading of a comic is to be able to read it, and if you can't read it, like I would suggest like if you want to make your own text, look up how there's a way you can make your own font on I forgot the website's called, but you can like make your own font, and so I would you can go like you can do your own like fonts and stuff, do all letters, and you can type it up there so it all flows together. But because I can't really read like some of the stuff, but it looks good though. Keep it going, brother. Coming on your resume, okay. Yeah. I think and with comics, you should definitely push the figure into more different spaces and stuff like that. Like, and just make it fun. Like I said, like I don't read comics to make it look like pictures and shit. I think that's just not what I want to see in comics. Like I've been I don't know if you guys know who Jim Mahfood is. He did like Girl Scouts and a bunch of other stuff. But he's recently does like a podcast live stream, drawing stream with Sean Crystal. They recently just started that, and that shit is like when I like the most baffling and like mind-boggling thing is seeing Jim Malfoy draw, because the way he holds that pencil, and he's just like, he doesn't care about like keeping his hand, like, when you ink, you want to rotate the page so you can get a nice, line. So he does not give a fuck about none of that. His lines are crude and crazy, and it's like super stylized, and it's like, bro, how the fuck? Like, one, that takes a lot of confidence. Two, that shit, it just looks so sick. Like, his final product on some of his stuff is like, bro, how the fuck were you able to do that with such a unorthodox way of holding your pencil? Like, oh man, if you guys haven't checked it out, I would go to the Inkpool YouTube channel. They do like a podcast and stuff. They're all like comic book pro guys and stuff. And bro, the Jim Mahfood, like the way he inks everything is like, bro, how the fuck? Like, like I don't get it. Like I like that concept, that it's just like jarring to me. Like that type of style of artwork, because they're like people who are like comic artists who are like more like concept fine pop artists, but they decided to make comics instead. He's just one of those guys. Like, he could do like an exhibit with just a bunch of concept art that he does, and it's just crazy. Go what makes you comfortable, man. Whatever type of grid you use, Penalty uses what you use, man. I don't mind it. I mean, I think it's cool. 9-panel grids, traditional for sure. I try to, when I pen on my pages, I like to reference a lot of manga, because the way they organize their pages is way more creative than American comic book artists. Let me just fill this in with black. Just put a white in here. Yeah. I mean, how long, Red, you been drawing for a long time, or you like fairly new to like drawing? I'm just asking. Because I would reference, I mean, I don't know what type of art you're going for, but like for me, like I like reference a lot of stuff, and I like read, like all the comics that I read are like comics that I want to draw like. So like I study a lot of like manga and stuff like that to convey my my artwork. So I try to like incorporate that a lot. I mean, I'm pretty new also at making comics and stuff. So I obviously haven't mastered my layouts and shit yet, but I think, you should read a lot of a wee little lad. Eisner. I gotta check out some Eisner stuff. I gotta check out like the spirit and shit like that. The good thing about the 9-panel grid, the good thing about that is that you don't really have to think too much about like your layouts. All you gotta do is figure out how to get everything to fit in that panel. So I think that's pretty cool. And you can do a lot in that little space if you're able to, All right. I think I'm done with fucking with what's the name right now. But yeah. Yeah, that's I think he passed away. That's why so young too, man. But that's what happens, man. These manga artists, they get so much, they get like so sick, they die really pretty young. So I don't understand why they live they want to do that like lifestyle, like fucking constantly working. Like they work way too much. Like even when I see people who are like, oh, I want to go to Japan to be a manga artist, I'm just like, I don't know, why would you want to do that? But there's so many different paths of comic books that you can go down. And for me, like I really thought about that, like what I want to do, like once I get into like a professional point. I think, I mean, I just want to be one of those guys who's like, all right, I'm just to drop a book and drop like a big fat book once every couple of years, just like graphic novelist. Like it'd be cool to be one of those guys who's able to put out a book a month. And I mean, I've done it before. Last year I put out a chapter a month for my webcomic, but I don't know. I think I would want to be one of those guys who's dropping like like one solid book a year, or like two solid like mangakas. Like when they do like, you know, once they get like a good amount of chapters of their series, they start dropping like one book or 3 books a year, 4 books a year. I think they drop one a quarter. If I'm able to do that, that'd be cool. But I don't know if like I'd rather do like be like a graphic novelist, like a Durf or Darwin Cook or what's his Klaus Crumb. But I don't want to do that type of comics though. I want to do like regular comics, but like Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith is sick, fucking sick. The more I researched him, he's just fucking dope, man. Like Bone, I've been reading that shit, and like, bro, this shit is really good. I wish I read it like sooner, or like really, really read it. Yeah, some of these mangas, do freaking they never end. Like fucking One Piece. Like I'm baffled by this. Like this shit's still going on. Like a Masamushi Shiro. I gotta look him up, but yeah, I want to be just a guy who's able to just drop stuff and just like, on my own timeline. You know, obviously you got to work to get to that status of like where the publishers and they trust you in order, you know, enough to do that. But that's kind of what I want to do. I want to cultivate like a audience of people who are like, oh man, I can't wait to the next, you know, whatever drop, Kova drop, and then boom, I drop a book, and they're like, oh shit, oh man, and then they just check it out, and then I go back into hiding, or not hiding, but like I just go back to working on my next book and the next book, and I don't want to be like, I don't want to be the guy who's like, oh, I gotta drop a fucking a million books to keep my name relevant. Like, I just want to be like, oh, he drops like a nice piece of art. Like, I'm gonna so my plan is like I've been working on these like one shots and short stories and just trying to get my craftsmanship up, and now I'm doing this YouTube channel, so I'm trying to build up my audience on YouTube. And once I'm able to, you know, get an audience towards like, okay, every time I drop a book, I get like a bunch of downloads, or I get a bunch of views, or whatever the fuck, you know, I'm gonna try to like crowdfund, or maybe I can use that as a leverage tool to get in with the publisher. And I've been looking at like publishers who aren't like Marvel, DC, like people who do like Abrams, 1-2 second, Drawn Quarterly. There's the other one that I just bought one of their books recently. Like all these other like publishers who do like a lot of different types of publications that are comic what's this shit called? Fantagraphics, like those type of publishers. I'm gonna do like a lot of research into those type of publishers. So once I get comfortable and I feel like I got a good comic concept, I'm gonna start pitching to those publishers and try to get like a graphic novel out before 2030. That's my goal. So long-term goal at least. He drops books whenever he wants. He didn't care about the education. He wasn't successful. Yeah, Katsuro Tomo, and the guy I never read Appleseed. I know what that is, and I know Ghost Shell is, of course. So yeah, but yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. I don't want to be like held bound by like scheduling or trying to appease the max. Like I want to make the books that I want to make. I want to drop the books that I want to drop. And yeah, that's kind of like what I want to do. And then if I'm able to sell a lot of books, cool. If I'm not, you know, at least I got the project done, and I'm able. And I wanted to make the books accessible too. That's another thing. Like even if I had to give out the books for free, I don't care, because I draw and write my own shit anyway. So I'm like not losing any money. So yeah, so this is like my page concept. So I was talking about this a little bit earlier, but so this comic, this TMNT Odyssey, like this Shogun character, he's going around with his orb and he's destroying all the multiverses of TMNT shit. I think Red, you probably heard my spiel earlier, but I'm just talking about. So now I'm trying to figure out the concept. These are all like the different like eras of TMNT. So there's like the 80s cartoon, there's like the one of the pages from the first book. Here's like the Nickelodeon cartoon, the movie. This is the Mirage Studios cover and Archie Comics page. So now I don't know if I'm able to do this. I might not be able to pull it off because I don't know if I'm able to do this in this program. But I want to try to give the effect of like him erasing these pages, or like these what's it called, times, these panels out with the orb. So I got to figure out how to get that effect. I was messing with the liquefy tool in here earlier, and I just didn't like how it came out, but I gotta try it out and see if I can figure out how to draw that. But then after that, I'm gonna do like a cool little like galaxy background, add some zips, and then I'm gonna be done. So hopefully I can get done before 2. Yeah. I've read Domu. I actually have a copy of Domu. I have the first 3 issues of Akira. I haven't read Fireball. I haven't been able to find that shit. And then Legend of Mother Sarah. I've never read the Legend of Mother Sarah. I gotta check that out. But yeah, I mean, if you write and draw your own comics, put them out for free. I mean, there's no, there's no like you're not losing anything by putting out your comics free. At least in my opinion. Because you put out shit for free, it will end up leading to something bigger. Especially if your like artwork and your craftsmanship gets better and better and better, it will lead you into more places and stuff like that. It's just a matter of time. I mean, Daniel Johnson, he got popular off of making a webcomic, Space Mullet, that got him in the door with other, he was doing that on a blog. So especially nowadays, it's easier for people to be accessed, get access to you. You don't have to send the submissions. You don't have to go to cons and get portfolio reviews anymore. You can just, as long as your shit's good or like you're persistent and you're in people see you're serious and you're able to, whatever timelines or whatever, people will fuck with you, man. Well, all of them are all in the same universe. I think you might have told me that shit, Ronnie. But yeah, all of those books are all in the same universe now. I think so. I like Domo was cool. I like the old man. I think he was super cool. I think his concept was cool. I think I'd make a cool, great orb. I think it would too. I think it's cool. I think it's really dope. All right, so let me see if I can figure out how to get all of these to look. I might. Let me see how I can do this. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a layer of just like a light beam, and I'm just gonna have the light just go to the orb, and that will convey the message of him stealing the. Well, I gotta color the background, but I think that will work better, and I won't have to do all this. I don't want to do all the liquefy shit, just to piss me off. Yeah. I think a lot of artists, they like keep the same concepts when they do their like work and stuff. Like now, it's very not rare, but a lot of them don't really like venture off of the things that they like, when they work on projects and shit. Otomo, what are we doing now? I know he's putting out all those he's putting all pretty much his collected editions of all this shit now, like the Otomo complete books or whatever, complete works. Like I got 2 of them. I got like one that has like the scans of the like cells from the Akira manga. You can like flip through it, and I got one of them with the thumbnails. And then they're doing another complete Otomo complete work book, and it's gonna be like all of the original pages from the like whenever they were coming out in Young Jump, so they're not like, because all of the original American produced Akira shit was all backwards and stuff because they didn't recognize the like Japanese formatting of like how manga is read right to left instead of left to right or whatever the fuck it is. So they were all flipped. All the artwork was flipped. So the new complete works that are coming out, I think this year, end of this year or something like that, are all going to be like reproductions of like the original pages from the Young Jump. So that's gonna be cool. I might check that out. Oh, really? Was it Tetsuo or what? I don't know if Ronnie, if you saw the video, I did the video on Kanye and Akira where I talked about it. I think, yeah, you did. I think you were commenting on it. People are fucking talking about being mean to Kanye, and like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I mean, actually, I grew up reading manga, So like once I realized that's what they did, I never really understood why it was like that until I got older, and I was like, oh, that's the way they write their kanji and shit like that is read that way. So that's why the books are formatted that way. And it's also crazy that the manga that are produced in Japan are like smaller size than the manga um like that we get out in America. Like they're way smaller, which is interesting also. I mean, all those original mangaka guys are Tetsuo fans. Like, I mean, what's his name? Who did what's that shit called? Urasawa. He did one literally a whole book that's dedicated to Astro Boy. What's that shit called? The anime for Netflix just recently just came out. Fuck. But you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's all the same. I don't really mind reading left to right, right to left. I don't care. It's all the same to me, honestly. All right, I'm going to color this. What's your favorite Tezuka comic that you really like? He has so many. He's like he was that guy literally made like fucking tons of freaking of manga in his lifetime. It's actually kind of crazy. In this day and age, honestly, I find it amazing when I see like a manga artist who does um a lot of like different series. Like Urasawa, it's crazy that he's put out so many stories in his lifetime, and he was working on some of them like at the same time. And his manga are really like in depth and like um thorough, like thoroughly researched and like plotted out, like very much you know. So it's like it's honestly crazy that he's able to. So he was able to do all that because a lot of these manga artists they'll do one series and they're like done, which I don't blame them because like that shit is a lot. I don't know why like, but there's one brush in here that I want to use. Where is it at? See this nebula. See how this looks. I think it doesn't work. And why it has some color. That's better. Like this nebula brush is cool. So look at that shit. I think this looks good. It conveys the message very well. Breakdown. There was one Tezuo book that I was gonna read. It's like I forgot what the fuck it was, but I was gonna pick it up. It's like they're like, I don't know. He has a lot of manga though. He has like mass collections of his book. You can buy like Barnes and Nobles and shit. Astro Boy. One, two, three, four. Okay, just in case I forget. There we go. I lost my way. I've been on your call all day. I believe it, man. Uh, Tezuo. I mean, it's like he's like Jack Kirby. Like everybody references Jack Kirby for pretty much everything. Like Jack Kirby's like the guy that everybody fucks with. So Tezuka is definitely that guy. Man, this came out good. What do you guys think, man? Look good or what? Hey man, I appreciate you, Ronnie, man. I appreciate you always showing up to these live, dude. You're like fucking consistent, brother. Appreciate that, dog, for real, for you. So I'm not being here live by myself and now I have nobody to talk to. I'm like, fuck. I'm not one of you who like. I mean, it's not like a actually talking, but you know what I mean, like, you know, having y'all have like bring up topics and stuff. It makes it a lot easier for these live streams to go. So I appreciate you always showing up, brother. Ronnie, I don't know. Did I ask you this before? But do you draw or do you like write manga or comics or something like that? I feel like I wanted to ask you. I don't remember. I'm sorry. Because you're like a super comic nerd too, man. I mean, if you're a reader or just like a person who just reads, that's super sick too, man. Shit. Um, yeah, we get on it on. Yeah. Fucking yeah, it's awesome having people to like talk about this type of stuff because first of all, a lot of people are into like this comic books and nerdy shit like that, and like sometimes you don't want to like try to. And there's some people who are like into it. You don't want to be like a fucking douche, like, oh, if you know this, like comic book guy off of fucking The Simpsons and shit, like you know what I mean. So I try not to kill people with knowledge too much, bore them to death with the shit I know. Make comics. Yeah, this is up, man. Making comics. Like I really like. I love making comics. I like it more than I like reading them, honestly. But reading them, like I use reading comics as like a study thing at this point. It's like I'm like studying the craft, and what better way to study the craft than reading some of your favorite books. And like there's like comics that I buy that I don't read, that I just buy it for the art, or just kind of like the concepts and stuff. And like obviously I have my favorite comics, like I was saying, like Kick Ass, like comics that I read, I'll read, reread and stuff. But yeah, I love it. But I'm a nerd, so same as you. But I mean, as much as I like comics, I love like sports, like basketball. I'm really a real big NBA guy, especially like this last couple years. I got back into watching NBA because I've been able to pay attention to watch now, and my team has a bright future. I don't know if you know too much about basketball, but I'm a Spurs fan. So, but whoa, man, this game actually way better than I thought it was. Convey the idea perfectly, perfect. Yeah, I think I'm perceived the same way. I'm like a nerd, jockey kind of guy, but I feel like nerdy stuff is way more mainstream than it's ever been now. Like everybody likes comic books now, or like not likes, but like manga, anime, comics, and animation, all that shit, man. Like it's like it's all like cross stream now. Like even like hip hop is like nerdy at this point because there's people who are like super hardcore hip hop fans, and there's people who are like casual hip hop fans, and same thing with like comic books and anime. It's like there's people who are like really like comic books and anime and stuff, and people who are like casuals, and it's all cool, man. It's like the internet's really like made it, like even though there's a lot of like shitty aspects of that type of stuff, the internet's really made it more accessible and more popular than it's ever been. But yeah, Team USA, man, Team USA has been fucking killing it, man. But they're just, man, like other people always talk about, oh man, the Europeans are catching up, which they're doing better, but Nothing is trumping Team USA, bro. Like Germany has a really good team. Canada has a pretty good team. France's team is good, but they're a little like, I don't know. They're all right. Those are the only teams I can see that I can compete with. Team USA, Germany probably has the best chance because they actually have a big team that have like big guys and they have good defense and stuff. But I don't think there's anybody else who's gonna compete like that with us in a real way because we have too many good players, man. Too many good NBA players on our team, man. And, you know, we still got LeBron, dude, fucking killing it, legend. Yeah, man. I like the Olympics. I was excited for this year too. I'm just ready for the NFL to come back. NBA, some real sports on TV. They have like stupid shit playing now. It's fucking on ESPN. So annoying. Yeah, this page came out pretty good, man. I'm excited. I think I'll get turn it in today. Hopefully they like it. Yeah, LeBron's just like, bro. Like when he retires, all these NBA players they need to like go to his house or like go to him and be like, bro, we need to whatever you were doing, bro, we need that because there's no way you should be this old and freaking killing it still. Like you're not just like old men killing it, like legitimately running with these young dudes, like the dudes that are like my age and younger and keeping up with them and make some and even at times making them look shitty. Like he is, bro. Like I don't know what the fuck LeBron's on, what he's taking, not taking, or what, but he has like the key to life in his body. Like outside of just his natural just inclination of just being like a super athlete and freak, he's just like, bro, it just doesn't make any sense, man. I mean, Michael Jordan was a fucking super athlete, but by the time Michael Jordan was out of the game, bro, he was out, like physically was just out, like, and you know, but LeBron, like, he's still dunking on motherfuckers and doing rundown blocks and shit and all this other crazy stuff. It's like, bro, this is unreal. It does not make sense. It's awesome, man. Yeah, exactly as I'm saying. Like LeBron, and it, honestly, like if he when he probably could play till he's 50. Honestly, he could like low key just be like, all right, I'm gonna stop playing like point guard, whatever, and I'm just gonna go and be a post up type guy, like how Vince Carter was in his last couple seasons, and was just like backing guys down, hitting 3-pointers, just hitting the corner. Like if he really wanted to, he could do that, but obviously he's probably not gonna do. I'm sure he'll be retired within the next like 2-3 years, but super sick, man. He was like he's just like fucking just dope, man. It just makes me like it makes me appreciate him a lot more now. I remember when he went to Miami, I hate that motherfucker. I was like, this Miami, bro. And I'm a Spurs fan. That's back when the Spurs were like good, and we got having to play against them, and when we lost that one year to them in the finals, and I was mad at a motherfucker. I was like, bro, fuck LeBron, fuck Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, all those motherfuckers, bro. And then we came back and beat them, but yeah, it's good times, man. Yeah, it's going pretty good. All right. Body. Oh man. It's going good, man. Yeah, give me a second. All right, let me finish this out. Answer your question, Doug. He said, "Are you going to?" So when I go traditionally, oh man, so like so this month I'm gonna have to figure out my process. I don't really know yet how I'm gonna do it. So um, right now I have like this brush pen right here, this Pigma BB brush pen. I like this one. I use the film blacks, and I have this Contura, or I don't remember what the brand is, but this one also. And I have a bunch of microns that I'm using, but I got a Winsor Newton brush, and I have some this ink, the deleter black, and so I'm just gonna use that brush and then just go from there because I really want to be like a brush artist. I like brush, like when I see people's artwork and they use brushes, I like that. And I really love watercolors too. So I'm hoping once I get my full grasp of like my traditional work and my my workflow together, that I can do like Peach Momoko. Like I like the way she colors her shit. I don't really care, like her styling is cool, like whatever, there's cute cartoony stuff, but I really like the way she colors her work, and so that's what I want to kind of go for with my stuff, but obviously with my own artistic style. So I'm hoping that once I figure out my workflow and how I could do everything, like the tools that I need or like the tools that I'm comfortable using, and I get I'm gonna force myself to learn how to use that ones that are new. I don't care, bro. Like I just love the way that those like brush pens flow. I think it just looks fucking amazing. Like I like it way better than like microns and pen work, which pen work is cool too, but I really love brush. But so yeah, so I'm gonna try to do like a Peach and Moko type feel with my tonage and coloring, but like Jeff Smith Peach Momoko vibes is kind of what I'm gonna go for. If that makes sense. Like Jeff Smith with the line weights and the structuring and stuff like that, and then Peach Momoko with like the tones. So I really love toning. Like I think toning is like my favorite part of drawing. Honestly, like when I finish my pages, like doing the tones is like my version of coloring, really. But I love it. I think it's super sick. I think it's fun. It's like that satisfying feeling. So I'm gonna hopefully once I'm able to get my bearings under me with traditional drawing, I will be doing a lot more watercolor, gray tone type deal with my stuff. That's kind of like my plan. Hopefully with this month I can kind of figure it out. And that's what my next comic is going to be, me pretty much figuring out, which that's like with all of my comics that I work on and I do is pretty much me figuring out like something new. So like with Nobody's Safe, I did a lot more dynamic stuff, perspective things, and things that I was doing in my last comic. And in my last comic I was trying to work on like because it was like a horror comic, so I was trying to be more intense with it, and just stuff like that, like pacing and just things. And then I move on to the next comic. I incorporated what I did with the last one, and I tried something new. And so this next one is gonna be traditional. So this one, the artwork might look like horseshit because I haven't drawn traditionally in years, or like really. So it might not come out the best, but I will have challenge myself into do something new. So that's kind of like what I want to do with that. So so hopefully, like I said, once I start trying to submit to like publishers and stuff, I will have what I want, like my style down and my workflow and stuff down to where they can see, oh, that's how Code does this and he does that. No, Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That came out good, man. Pretty excited. Ryan, are you planning to do a comic book or anything like that in the future, or you have any intentions of doing anything like that? If you're still in the chat, yeah, I think that came out pretty good. Hell yeah. I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I wonder when I lost my ways. Been waiting on your call all day. Yep, I think I'm going. I think I'm good. All right. Let's see, about 2 hours. Not too bad. Not too bad. Appreciate you guys for watching. That lightning effect. Oh yeah, thanks, man. I think it came out pretty good. I think it should. Let me see. Maybe if I put this little area over here, I can. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do like a light erase. Right. Shit. What kind of fucking. Yeah, that's fine. Fuck with it. But yeah. Yeah. But all right. Appreciate you guys for watching. Yeah, you do that, Ronnie, man. But yeah, I'm about to get off this thing. Appreciate you guys for watching. See you guys on the next live stream. I don't know when I'm gonna live stream again, but you know, eventually, be on the lookout for my next couple videos coming out this month. Nobody Safe is out right now. The whole comic will be out in about Monday, so expect 52 pages of mayhem with Marvel characters by yours truly. Be on my website for free to download and all that good stuff. I'll see you guys in the next stream or next time. Peace.